Ladies and gentlemen, life is a battlefield. Every day you wake up and the world comes for you. Challenges, trials, doubts, fears, they don't knock before entering. They barge in and take a seat at your table. And sometimes the weight you carry doesn't feel like your own. It feels darker, heavier, like a shadow that doesn't belong to you. This is not a speech to scare you, it's one to awaken you. Because every person in this room at some point has faced battles they couldn't see, forces they couldn't explain. Recognizing when you're under attack is crucial. And it's often one of the most difficult things to do when you're in the middle of a struggle. In life, when you're facing significant challenges, especially those that seem to come from nowhere, it's easy to feel like you're simply unlucky or that life is unfair. But there's a deeper reality to it often. When you're about to experience something great, whether it's a breakthrough in your career, a personal transformation, or a step closer to fulfilling your purpose, that's when the attacks intensify. The enemy knows this. He knows that when you're close to a breakthrough, that's when your strength, your vision, and your growth are most vulnerable. And if he can create doubt, confusion, or fear during this time, he can stop you before you reach the greatness you are destined for. This is why it's so important to recognize the signs early. If you find yourself facing multiple obstacles that seem to come all at once, things you never saw coming, or maybe old issues resurfacing, there's a good chance you're not just dealing with bad luck. You're dealing with an attack that's aimed at derailing you from your destiny. It could be a sudden illness, a sudden breakdown in relationships, a loss of motivation, or an overwhelming sense of confusion and fatigue. These are not just random events. They can be a sign that something bigger is at play. The enemy is trying to distract you. And when you recognize that the pressure you're feeling may not be just circumstantial, but rather a deliberate attack, you give yourself the ability to counter it with the right mindset and actions. It's vital to remember that these attacks often happen at pivotal moments, right when you're about to level up, when you're about to achieve something significant. That's the moment the enemy wants to strike the hardest. The closer you get to something great, the more powerful the forces against you become. And it's in those moments that your response matters most. When you face these challenges, it's not a time to give in. It's a time to dig in, to double down on your belief, to press forward with even more focus and determination. The truth is that the pressure you feel is often the precursor to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. But you have to recognize it for what it is. You have to understand that when you're under attack, it's not because you're weak or incapable. It's because you're right on the edge of greatness. That's when the enemy will do everything he can to stop you. Recognizing this truth is the first step to standing strong in the face of adversity and moving forward with confidence. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this: attacks often come when you're closest to achieving your goals, when you're just on the cusp of greatness. Don't back down, don't quit. You are exactly where you need to be, and you have everything it takes to overcome what's standing in your way. Recognize the attack, understand its purpose, and then let it fuel you to rise above it. Greatness is waiting on the other side of that struggle. The enemy's most effective weapon is confusion. When you're on the verge of growth or change, confusion creeps in to cloud your judgment, distort your thinking, and make you question everything you've worked for. It comes in many forms: misleading thoughts, second guessing, or the sense that you're not on the right path. It's subtle at first, but it grows louder and more pervasive the closer you get to your breakthrough. What happens is that the enemy doesn't need to destroy you outright. He just needs to make you doubt your ability to move forward. If he can get you to question your purpose, your worth, or your direction, then he's won the first round of the fight. Lies are the tools that confusion uses to gain a foothold in your life. These lies aren't always obvious. They often appear in the form of self-doubt, fear, or even anger. And they slowly shift your mindset from one of strength and possibility to one of weakness and limitation. The lie may come as a whisper: you're not good enough for this, you've tried before and failed, or you don't have what it takes. And when these thoughts start to take root, it becomes harder to see the truth. The enemy wants to keep you trapped in that cycle of self-doubt. And once you're there, he can keep you from making decisions, taking action, and ultimately moving closer to your purpose. But the truth is, you were never meant to live in confusion. You were created for clarity and focus. Your purpose is clear even when the path seems uncertain. The enemy knows that once you align your thoughts with the truth of who you are and who you're meant to become, that's when his power over you begins to fade. He needs you to stay in that state of confusion because as long as you're confused, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep doubting yourself and questioning your decisions. But when you reject the lies and hold on to the truth, you break free from that mental and emotional prison. Understanding that confusion and lies are part of the spiritual attack is key. When you feel lost, when you're questioning your next step or whether you're doing the right thing, that's often when you're under attack. The lies may not be coming from an outside source, they're coming from within, and that's the most dangerous part. It's easy to believe the lies when they come from other people, but it's harder to recognize them when they come from your own mind. But here's the thing, you have the power to expose those lies for what they are. You have the power to replace them with truth. Your truth is this: you are capable, you are deserving, you are powerful. No lie, no confusion, no whisper in the dark can take that away from you unless you let it. When you identify confusion for what it is, when you recognize the lies for what they are, you can stop them in their tracks. You can silence the enemy and move forward with purpose, clarity, and confidence. Every step you take in faith, every choice you make in alignment with your true purpose, chips away at the power confusion and lies hold over you. Your mind, heart, and soul are the core of who you are. They are the very essence of your being, the parts of you that are most vulnerable when spiritual attacks come. The enemy knows that if he can get to your mind, he can control your thoughts and your perceptions of reality. If he can invade your heart, he can affect your emotions, your relationships, and your ability to love and trust. If he can weaken your soul, he can shake your sense of purpose, your faith, and your connection to something greater than yourself. These are the primary targets, the areas that hold the power to shape your life. And when the enemy goes after them, he's not just aiming to bring you down temporarily, he's aiming to stop you from fulfilling your true potential. The mind is often the first place where the enemy attacks. This is where your thoughts, beliefs, and mental state are formed. If the enemy can introduce doubts, insecurities, or negative thought patterns, he can cloud your judgment and make you question your own abilities and worth. He can plant seeds of fear, and fear, once planted, grows into paralysis. When you're afraid to take a step forward, when you're scared to make decisions or take risks, you are effectively preventing your own progress. That's why it's so important to guard your mind, to stay alert to the thoughts you entertain, and to be intentional about the messages you allow to take root. Not every thought you have is yours, and certainly not every thought is the truth. Your heart is equally vulnerable because it's the seat of your emotions. It's where love, joy, and hope are nurtured, but it's also where pain, bitterness, and resentment can take root if you're not careful. The enemy will often target your heart through relationships, through people who betray, disappoint, or hurt you. When you let those wounds stay open, when you allow bitterness or unforgiveness to build, the enemy uses it to turn you inward. He wants to break your connection to others and ultimately isolate you. When you're isolated, you're easier to control. Guarding your heart means being discerning about where you pour your love and energy, being intentional about who you allow to influence your emotions, and forgiving those who've hurt you. If you allow your heart to remain open to love, peace, and healing, the enemy's ability to attack will be significantly reduced. Your soul, the deepest part of who you are, is where your true strength and purpose reside. This is the part of you that connects to your faith, your spirituality, and your purpose in life. When the enemy attacks your soul, he does so by shaking your faith, causing confusion about who you are, and distorting your sense of direction. He will make you question your beliefs, your identity, and the purpose of your existence. This is why staying spiritually strong is so critical. The enemy wants to make you feel disconnected from your true source of power, to make you feel like you're alone and without purpose. But when you stay grounded in your beliefs, when you keep your connection to your higher power firm, you build a spiritual shield that the enemy can't break through. Guarding your mind, heart, and soul means being proactive in protecting your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit from negative influences. It means being intentional about where you invest your time, who you let into your life, and what you allow to influence your decisions. When you protect these areas, you fortify yourself against attacks and you allow yourself to live with purpose, confidence, and clarity. Spiritual attacks don't have to defeat you. When you guard your core, you keep the enemy from having the power to control you. You maintain control of your mind, heart, and soul, and with that control, you move forward stronger than ever before. When you're under attack, the tools you have to fight back aren't physical, they're spiritual, and they are more powerful than you might realize. 3 of the most powerful weapons you can use are truth, words, and community. These aren't just abstract concepts, they are active, dynamic forces that, when wielded correctly, can shield you from harm, restore your confidence, and push back against the attacks you face. Truth is the foundation of everything. The enemy thrives on lies, deception, and confusion, but truth exposes those lies for what they are. When you speak the truth, you are wielding a weapon that cuts through the darkness. The truth about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you deserve is the first step in guarding your mind, heart, and soul. When the enemy tries to plant seeds of doubt, fear, or insecurity, the truth has the power to counteract it. The truth is a light that exposes the darkness. If you know the truth about your worth, your purpose, and your potential, then no lie, no matter how convincing, can make you falter. The words you speak are just as important as the truth they carry. Words have the power to create or destroy, to build or break, to lift up or tear down. In the midst of spiritual attacks, the words you choose matter more than ever. When you speak words of affirmation, words of encouragement, and words of faith, you build a shield around yourself. These words protect you from the enemy's attacks and strengthen your resolve. When the enemy tries to fill your mind with negativity or confusion, you can counter those thoughts by speaking words of truth and power into your life. Words have the ability to transform your reality. What you speak has the power to change your circumstances. Speak life over yourself, over your family, over your future. But truth and words are only part of the equation. The third weapon, and perhaps one of the most crucial, is community. The enemy knows that isolation is one of the most dangerous places for you to be. When you're isolated, you become vulnerable, and it becomes easier for the attacks to take root. But when you surround yourself with a strong, supportive community, people who speak life into you, who encourage you, who remind you of your purpose, you are building a fortress around yourself. There is strength in numbers. When the enemy tries to discourage you, when he whispers lies into your ear, the right community can remind you of the truth. They can pray for you, lift you up, and stand with you in ways that you cannot do alone. The support of others is a powerful force that amplifies your own strength. Using truth, words, and community as your weapons means you're not fighting alone. You are equipped with tools that will not only help you withstand spiritual attacks, but also allow you to overcome them. When the enemy comes against you with confusion and lies, you meet him with truth. When he tries to break you down with negativity, you speak words of strength and affirmation. And when he attempts to isolate you, you draw on the strength of your community. Together, these weapons form an unbreakable defense that will carry you through any attack. You don't have to fight the battle alone. With truth in your heart, words on your lips, and a community by your side, you can stand firm, unshaken, and ready to claim victory. Too often, when we face challenges or feel under attack, it's easy to think that we are powerless. The weight of the struggle can make it seem like there's no way out, no way forward, and no way to overcome. The enemy wants you to feel small, insignificant, and defeated. He wants you to believe that victory is a far-off dream, something reserved for others but not for you. The truth, however, is that you are not powerless. In fact, victory is not only possible, it's already within your grasp if you fight with intention. Fighting with intention means being deliberate and purposeful in your actions, decisions, and thoughts. It means knowing that each step you take, no matter how small, is part of a larger strategy toward overcoming the obstacles in your path. It's about being conscious of the fact that you are in a battle, but refusing to let that battle define you. Instead, you define the battle. When you fight with intention, you take control. You understand that every decision, every action, every word you speak carries weight. It means choosing to show up each day with the determination to move forward, even when things seem impossible. It's easy to fall into a mindset of defeat when the enemy comes against you, but intention keeps you focused on the bigger picture. It reminds you that there is more to you than what you see in the moment. When you choose to fight with intention, you are fighting not just against the immediate problem, but for your future. You're fighting for the person you're becoming, for the dreams that are still alive inside you, and for the victory that is already yours. The enemy will try to convince you that you're stuck, that this struggle will never end, but fighting with intention means refusing to accept that. It means looking beyond the struggle and holding fast to the belief that there is a purpose in everything you're going through. Intention also means having a clear sense of direction. When you fight with intention, you're not fighting aimlessly. You're fighting with a vision of the life you want to live, the person you want to be, and the impact you want to make. You know that victory is not about luck or chance. It's about making conscious decisions every day that align with your purpose. This focus gives you the strength to keep going even when the road gets tough. Every challenge, every setback, every attack is an opportunity to grow stronger, and with intentionality, you can turn each obstacle into a stepping stone toward your victory. You are not powerless. Your actions, your decisions, and your mindset all hold power. When you fight with intention, you take ownership of your journey and refuse to be defined by your circumstances. You're choosing to stand firm in the face of adversity, trusting that victory is not only possible, it's inevitable for those who keep fighting with purpose. So no matter what comes your way, fight with everything you've got. Stay focused, keep pushing forward, and always remember victory is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of intention. You are a warrior. No matter what challenges you face, you are destined to overcome. Life may throw its hardest battles your way, but remember, warriors are made in the midst of struggle. It's easy to feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, like the odds are stacked against you. But this is when you must tap into the strength that lies within you. The spirit of a warrior isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about facing it head on with the unshakable belief that you have the power to rise above. Warriors don't just fight with physical strength, they fight with resilience, perseverance, and a mindset that refuses to give up. When you feel beaten down, remember that each setback, every challenge you face is shaping you into someone who is stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every time you stand back up, you grow. Every time you face another obstacle, you sharpen your skills and build your mental toughness. Warriors don't quit because of a few bruises. They embrace the battle as part of their journey. You are destined to overcome because your strength is not just in your body, but in your spirit. The warrior within you is relentless. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, moments when the fight seems too great, but in those moments, you must remember your purpose. You were not created to succumb to difficulty, but to rise above it, to use every challenge as an opportunity to unlock new levels of growth. Your perseverance will carve the path to your success, and every victory, no matter how small, will push you closer to the life you are meant to lead. When you embrace the warrior mindset, you understand that no battle is too great, no challenge too great, no challenge too insurmountable. You are not just fighting for survival, you are fighting to thrive, to fulfill the purpose that has been planted deep within you. The enemy may try to break you, but the warrior within you will never be defeated. You were born for greatness, and no matter how many times you fall, you will always rise. So stand tall, stand firm, and fight like the warrior you are. You are destined to overcome. The battles you face now will only make your victory sweeter, and they will never define you. Your strength, courage, and unwavering resolve are the tools that will guide you to victory. You are not just surviving, you are thriving. And this is only the beginning. As you stand at the crossroads of your battles, remember this: you are not powerless. You are not defined by the struggles you face, nor by the attacks that come your way. You are a warrior destined to overcome. Every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is not a sign of defeat, but an opportunity to rise, to grow stronger, and to fulfill the purpose that has been uniquely crafted for you. The enemy may try to confuse you with lies, isolate you from the support you need, or discourage you with doubts, but know this: victory is within your reach. The weapons you need to fight back are already in your possession: the truth, the words you speak, the community you build, and the intentional mindset that fuels your every action. When you fight with purpose, when you stand firm in your faith, and when you embrace your warrior spirit, you cannot be defeated. So no matter how tough the journey gets, remember that you are not alone. You are equipped, you are capable, and you are destined for greatness. Embrace the challenges that come your way, because each one is a stepping stone toward your victory. Keep fighting. Keep standing tall. You are not just surviving, you are thriving. And with every battle you win, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. In the end, your greatest victory isn't in defeating the enemy, but in realizing that you were never meant to lose. You were born to conquer, and nothing can stop you from achieving your greatness. Keep pushing forward, because the best is yet to come.